Hey, Michael, thank you for joining us for TruPoint Talking Tech this month.
Hey,
Great to see you.
John. Thanks for having me. Really looking forward to it.
Excellent. So today, for TruPoint Talking Tech this month, we're going to be featuring PolyAI. We've got Michael Sabelli, who is the VP of Channel, joining us today. And Michael, let's start out with just tell us a little bit about your background. How did you end up at in your role at PolyAI?
Yeah, thanks, John. I've been at this UCAS, CCAS thing for a long time. I won't tell you the exact dates, but let's say we go back to on-prem business, to then the move to the cloud with many of the companies that I'm sure you all know. Um, and as things started to move to AI, I talked to a friend who said, the technology here is just something special. And I had a ton of interest in AI. I love the contact center space. And I joined them about a year and a half ago to actually build out a channel. They actually didn't have one here.
Okay. So, PolyAI, not a name that everybody knows, but it's in a very emerging field of tech, specifically within the AI space. So tell me a little bit about PolyAI.
Yeah, so PolyAI was founded by three gentlemen who actually worked on the Siri project that was obviously eventually sold to Apple
Interesting.
when they were at the University of Cambridge in the language labs. And they started PolyAI because of their love of voice and the difficulty in getting voice right. And we really have come out with what we believe are the most naturally sounding, most human-like conversational AI digital assistants out there. And a heavy, heavy focus on that because it's the voice piece that we believe is the toughest part to get right.
So virtual assistants, dig deeper for that for people who may not be already familiar with the concept of a virtual agent or virtual assistant.
Yeah, lovingly known as bots by a lot of people. Um, so yeah, think that front end of the call, where back in the day you were probably coming down some IVR tree that was pushing you down particular paths. And what we've designed is something that allows a customer to just speak naturally as if they were talking to a person, because in many instances they don't even know that they aren't. And drive the conversation the way they want it to go and not be led down. So as simple as starting out a conversation with, "Thank you for calling ABC Company. How can I help you today?" And the customer then goes down the path, whether they're going down a use case of um, ID and V, whether they're going down something having to do with ordering or billing or wherever they want to go, they can simply go that way, and we just continue to respond back and forth in a natural conversation.
So when you're interfacing with a virtual agent like that, what percentage of an activity or what types of activities can a call center manager expect that the virtual agent can handle for them?
Yeah, it really depends on the use case, but we can contain upwards of 40% of the calls and more at times for particular use cases. As an example, we've done this for companies, again, that you know and love, some big names, in multiple languages, where we work to contain that call. And we do it by, as I spoke about earlier, allowing them to go down the path they want, but then as important, or maybe even more importantly, understanding what was said. That is a very, very difficult piece because we all speak differently. It's not like a chat where if you're writing something in a chat, you all write the same way. As an example, if I said to you, because when you called in and I said, "Well, what is your account number?" And in a chat, you would put ABC 123. And everyone would put that the same way because there's no other way to say it. In the spoken word, I could say it's ABC 123. You, however, might say it's Alpha Beta Charlie 123. So what did I hear? How do I make sure I heard the right thing? Because as soon as I turn around and I say to you, I'm sorry, I didn't get that, the customer typically says, let me talk to a live agent.
Obviously, there's other competitors that have emerged in your space as well. What are the, kind of the four key differentiators for PolyAI?
Yeah, thanks for that. I would say first off, you really got to hear it because the voice quality and the human-like aspect of this virtual assistant is truly unlike anything you've ever heard. The fact that it works, whether it's an on-prem customer or a cloud customer, we don't care. It's a simple SIP connection in most cases that we can put on there. So we can help extend that life of somebody who was on-prem that didn't want to move to cloud yet and uplift their entire contact center, but they wanted some AI capabilities. So we could elongate that usage of that with AI on the front. And then later when they move to cloud, we can pop off that on-prem piece, put on the cloud piece, and continue to go down the same path that they were with us. So the sound is really important, how we sound to the end user and being on brand. And by on brand, I mean, these are all custom built. So if you came to me and you said, I want a male voice or a female voice, I want it to have an accent because my company is located in Texas, as an example, and I want to sound Texan in this approach, we do all of that. It's very, very custom on brand.
Well, Michael, I really appreciate it. It was a great conversation. Again, I think it's a very relevant topic. And for those who are tuning in, thank you again for taking the time to listen to TruPoint Talking Tech for this month, which we had with PolyAI. Michael Sabelli, VP of Channel Sales. Thank you, and we'll see you next month.